Hey folks, how you doing? Wanna show you? It's gonna be a little grinding tutorial. Show you how I grind knives. It's gonna be a big one. This is gonna be something like a kind of like a fighter machete, warrior machete. You see, comes nice into the continuous swoop, and then kind of like a tanto, but very small tanto tip, and that's more just for looks, and so it doesn't end up in a very fine point because it would. And you have a long machete like blade. This is 5/32 01 tool steel, and just a regular type handle, not the big one, because this will be very light because it's not a thick beefy blade. It's not even so wide. I think there's 1.5 inch wide, so it will be nicely balanced, kind of like a fighter light, very nimble in the hand. That's what it should be. I'll show you how I grind the bevels on this, the basic pre-heat treat bevels. And first, like I showed before, I'll scribe real quick the scribe line. Just the basic. I don't know if you can see it there. It's kind of hard to see it there on that camera, but I think you can. And I'll put the mask on, and I'll probably time lapse it on the video so it's not too long. 50 grit ceramic, little use but still good. It should be plenty for this. It should be plenty good for this, not so thin. Otherwise I would put nice and fresh new belt. So that was the basic flat grind on this one. You see I did about halfway up. I still have about millimeter on the edge. And now I'm gonna put the new belt on. Again 50 grit, but brand new one. So this should be pretty quick. And that I'm gonna put on that wool felt. Just a quick spray that will adhere to that plate, which is always easy to remove when you're done. Give it a couple seconds, and now I'm gonna do just convex it slightly before the heat treat, still leaving the edge thick enough. Now I'll clean it with the finer belt, 100, what is it, 100, 120. All of these are ceramics. Now you see it's pretty nice halfway high convex grind, and it's blended in so it looks like it's full high, but you're seeing, and you can see it on the plunge line here, that is actually only halfway up. And just because I don't have a jigs to make those lines perfect, I blended into so it looks like it was grind full height. It looks nice, so it's easier to maintain if you want to keep that finish nice, you know, to clean it once in a while, and I like it that way. So now I'll just clean it up on the Scotch-Brite, and it's gonna be ready for drilling the handles, drilling the handle holes. This should be the medium Scotch-Brite. For this I'll take the backing, the soft backing off. see I blasted with the WD-40 just to prevent the rusting. Hey folks, so it's done, cleaned up, you've seen that, I just drilled the holes and I want to show you, explain a little bit more how it was done, how I grounded it. You will see, you saw it in the video, but just a little detail. Imagine this is your crosscut of the steel, like this, right? This is the spine, this is where the edge will be. This is your scribe line here. So the way I start is about 45 degree, or nice and steep angle, and you grind off this. You keep grinding, keep grinding, keep grinding until you hit it about millimeter from the edge, from the center. You do the same on this side, grind this off, keep going like that, and again until you meet about the same distance from as on the other side. Now you're gonna change the angle a little bit and you will start taking this metal off like this until you meet in about that same exact spot on the edge, on that first cut off that you did. Same thing on this. This is all gone already, so you start taking off this corner on little shallower angle, again all the way until you meet at the same point, and then let's say that last stage will be your final. So let's imagine this is supposed to be full height convex, no? So we want to have it all the way from the top, nice towards the edge. The goal is to finish your flat about maybe 1/4 inch from the spine, here and here. So what you will do, you will start grinding and you'll see how it goes. You will adjust as you go. Again, you start taking off this corner from the corner until you meet 1/4 inch from the top of the spine at the same spot on the bottom. These are all, imagine these are all flat. You do the same thing here, right? You end up there, and now you're gonna go to the slack or that soft support like I have. See, this all is gone already, so you have nice, this would be pretty much basic flat grind, except it doesn't have to be perfect. This line doesn't have to be perfect because it will blend in. And now we will go to the slack, and I'll turn it this way. What the slack will do, you will set the slack so the center will be about the center of this, and as you push a little bit, nice and gently, it will round this off. It's kind of hard on such a long thing to actually show it as a curve, but it will be curved, like this. And you leave that final pre-heated edge about millimeter wide, 1/2 millimeter wide, depending on the steel, and it will be nice and round like this, nice and very shallow, very lean convex. That will be extremely good cutter. And then of course after the heat treat, you will cut this off to the bevel, and then you blend this bevel again. You blend first you do the heavy angle on the edge, and then you blend it almost to the to the nice convex grind. So that just, hopefully that made sense. Same thing on this side. Hopefully that made sense for you guys. Just that idea of you're not gonna try to be sanding down linear with your final angles, what you want to grind on the steel. You will be cutting corners. You cut the corners off on the 40 degree, then you, let's say, put it to the 30 degree, so you will cut these corners, then little more, until you end up actually like, about 8, 7 to 10 degrees. That's what this should be on the actual knife, depending on of course on the steel, how thick your stock is and stuff like that. But this will help you to work much faster. Cutting the corners, cut off the corners this way, you cut off the corners this way, you cut off the corners this way. It will help you a lot faster because you always have the least surface area of grinding possible. Because if you start this way, you have a lot of surface area that you have to be cutting. When you have that corner there, it will always help you to speed the process up. So I hope that helps, guys. Of course, let me know what you think about the Warrior machete. I kinda like it. It's pretty neat little, it's very nimble in the hand, and it's long. This is a pretty long blade. I don't have, here. This is actually just over 14 inches of blade. So nice and long, not thin but not too thick stock. Should be good machete, and very light. This weighs really nothing. Where's my scale? Out of curiosity. $13.7 ounces. So imagine after the final grind and with the scales on, it should be around 15 ounces, which is nice and light, you know, for 14-inch blade. Little blade heavy, but the handle and the final grind will balance it even a little more. See, right now I am this far. It looks like it's far now compared to the big blades, but even though it's this far, the mass in the blade is a lot smaller than on the thick stuff. So the little changes in the grind, the final grind and the handle on, will actually move the balance point a lot closer to the index finger. And of course, also because the mass is much less up front, it will also feel much more nimble. Even though maybe the balance point will be further away from my finger, from my index finger, than on the big knives in distance, but the mass of the blade up front is a lot less. So even though the balance is further, it will still feel a lot lighter in the hand. You won't feel it as much, just like machete. And I kind of like the design. It has nice slide drop, you know, continuous drop from the top all the way up, and then nice belly starting from around here, nice and slow, and then that kind of like a Tanto style blade tip just to reinforce it. I kind of like it. Should be nice, versatile tool. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.